Alright, from here I want to redo this detail actually. I think the paneling on this container is not that nice. So let me just grab this and hit X to delete it. Or if you already like this paneling, you can just skip this part and go ahead with that. But I want to do it a little bit more like the drawing. So something like this and like this. And by the way guys, if you're not already using this, Control Shift right mouse is a really powerful thing because it lets you basically teleport back to whatever you're working on always. I use that all the time. Okay, so here we are. And we can Shift D, move to the right a little bit, and then Shift R. Oh, no. Let's switch this from normal to global up here. Normal to global. Shift D, middle mouse, Shift R. So Shift R will just repeat that a few times. And then Control X, live mirror. And maybe we could get rid of a couple of these. Like that. Okay, and then we can go in object mode, select both of these, subtract, and of course it's not working. What did I do wrong? I think it's this middle one. There we go. Alright, let's see what's going on here. It's see-through, right? And that's not good. So we've got, it looks like it's working on one side and not on the other. That makes me think that maybe this mirror is not necessary, so let me kill the mirror. No, the mirror is necessary. This thing has the mirror happening. Let's try to move this mirror around. There we go. So if the mirror is after the cutter, that looks okay. We could also, let's see, add in some more variations. Like what if one of these is just goes upwards a little bit? We could also say like, what if one of these has something like this going on? We can go sorry, I'm just positioning this. Alright, so wherever this goes, you could say Control B and live add. Oh, sorry. Control B, live subtract. That'll subtract the this cutter. Whoa, why is there two of them? Oops, my mistake. Here it is. So let me do that again. Sorry. Duplicate this one, flatten it, thicken it a little bit, and then make it enclose here. So now Control B, live subtract. There we go. So now this is actually subtracting from the previous cutter. When you subtract from a subtraction, it gives you an addition. It's kind of cool. And you can also apply this. If you say Control B and apply, that will, I guess, save that so it's now real mesh. But either way is fine. We could say like down here, Maybe there's a bracket. Yeah. Oops. Alright, so then maybe this thing grabs onto those brackets, possibly. And I'm also not too happy with the design of this thing, so maybe I should redo this. Holding Alt to click in between there to delete all that. Can go Control X to merge all of that. And that just makes it a little bit easier to modify stuff. When it's just a 2D shape, it's a lot simpler. Let's go to the left view, Shift A, 24 side. I had this piece selected. I don't know, now I'm just making up stuff here. I'm not sure about this little part here, but I'll try it out and see how that feels. I'm going to apply the scale here. Yeah, I think this is kind of weird. Not sure. Maybe if this was in line with the rest of it, that would make more sense. I'm going to go Z shade smooth for all of these guys. Z shade smooth. Mirror. Okay, I think we're getting close. I hope you guys can smell the finish line here, at least in terms of modeling. Oh, there's also this stuff happening back here. We could add in a cube, move it back, and let's see. What about that? Okay. Mirror that with Shift X in edit mode. Make sure we've got some faces selected. There we go. And then we can go Control B, live subtract. Kill that one. Actually, let's try it without half of it and then live mirror. That's kind of shitty. I like that better, because then at least we can see what's going on here. Control space and border. Oh, what is that? Hmm. We should probably have some kind of engine back here, but we'll save that for another section. Maybe this area back here could use something like that. And then there's also a couple little cuts from the top view here. So we could go top view. Let's add a small plane. Just like -3 meters. That way it'll dig all the way through. Maybe that's a little bit overkill. Let's try to point. These things are not cutting properly, so let me try hitting F to fill. Okay, there's nothing there. Same thing over here. F to fill. Does that work any better? No. Let's see. Let's turn off the mirrors here. Alright, I'm gonna just delete the center and manually mirror it. So Shift X. Right now I'm in faces mode, Shift X and X. That's just a manual mirror. So then we don't need the mirror modifier anymore. You can turn that off. And now we get the proper cuts happening. Just extruding to get this happen. We could even use this, like for example, here. Put some loop cuts in there, grab this, Shift D to duplicate it, and then let's bring this onto this. So Control J. Oops. Oh wait, sorry. Separate this, so P to separate that, and then join this to the cutters, Control J, and then we're going to flatten this in the top view. And you can go Control Shift N to flip it, or Control N. So that'll flip the direction that the offset's happening. Control Shift N and Control N. So now we're digging right there. I don't need the mirror here. There we go. So now that cut's starting to happen. I just had to scale it a little bit. And from this point we can subtract these parts from the cutter. So what I mean by that is, like, what you gotta do is let's say we create a plane going this way, which represents this little ramp right here. And then this gets subtracted from the rest of it. So we're going to go Control B and live subtract. And then this one does not need the cut line. This is just a solid cut. See that? So then this one can be mirrored, Shift X, live mirror, and now it's going to go across. Does that make sense? It's a little bit of a mindfuck, but we have two cutters here. This cutter is cutting into this cutter, and then this cutter is going into this, is cutting into this. So it's kind of like a two-stage cut, like that. Can add in more cubes here. Let's add a 24 side cylinder. Hey, I want to go this way, 24 side. Yeah. Shift X, X will mirror. Let's duplicate this and move it over. What the hell? It's a weird bug. Hopefully that'll be gone soon, but that's definitely not supposed to happen. Well, the other way would be to just duplicate this, scale it like that, Shift X. God damn. You can also press P to separate that. Extrude it. Hopefully by the time you're doing this, this bug will be fixed in Blender. Okay, and then we can combine it back with Control J. Alright, so this right here is not working because of all this extra stuff we added just now. So when we have, like this shape here has a bunch of meshes that are intersecting here. So I need to separate these all off. All of this stuff. So that they don't interfere with the cuts. So I'll hit P to separate them. And now you can see it's already starting to work again. And then this one, I'll turn off the cutter here. And also, maybe I'll get this business here, rotate it, and just make a cutter over here. So that'll prevent the cut from happening around the bracket. What the hell? Sorry guys. Let me, hopefully this will not be happening for you. Okay, Z, shade smooth. Let's go Z, shade smooth. You could also grab this one, and if you want bevels on these, you go, let's close these two up. Add modifier, and then bevel. Just like before, we're using the angle limit, and then we gotta turn off clamp. And there you go. Then you just increase the segments right here. Okay, let's take a little break here. We did a lot of noodling in here. So, yeah, have fun with all these hatches and cuts and compound cuts, and that's basically the idea. I think with this you could go on and figure out a lot of these shapes. But, okay, I'll see you in the next video.